Hello and welcome to my channel Making Crafts. Today I am going to do a flip through of my newest kit, and so to celebrate my newest kit I'm also giving away a freebie, and I'll show that after I show you my new kit. So the new kit is for fall, and so it's full of acorns and mushrooms and fall leaves. So there is 18 total pages in all in this kit, and I've gone ahead for the project that I'm going to be creating with this kit. I've printed some on front and back, so I'll show you all the pages. So I've got, here's a page, and I left it so that I think you could still journal on it even though there's words in the background. I like to have my pages so that there is a lot of journaling space. And so these are just the pages from the kit. And so this is a background page, and you'll see this twice. I've put it on two different sheets, and this is a page that I put in the kit so that you can print this on all of the backs of the pages you want to. But the project I'm getting ready to do is going to require that all of them have front and back printed on it, and I'll be doing that in another video. So those are the sheets of the pages, and now we have lots of ephemera. I've just got lots of little journaling cards and pockets and different ways you can decorate up your pages. And here's some more little journaling cards, and then these are some circles that I've created, and then some little fussy cuts, and then some small envelopes and a large envelope. And then these are pockets, layering pockets. You can layer this on top of this one to have a layered pocket, or you could use them in separate places and just have large pockets in your kit, in your journal. And then here's some very large tags that I've created. And then here's some plain ones that you can decorate up yourself with your die cuts or with the fussy cuts from this kit. Some more journaling cards and some smaller little circles that you can use to decorate. And then this is the pocket again, but so that it can be on the opposite side, since it's got the straight edge there, so you can put it on right or left. So that is the kit, and I'm so excited. I've been working on this kit for weeks now, probably for months. I'm not really fast on creating these kits, and so I've been working on it, and I've been looking forward to sharing it with you all. So to celebrate the kit, I am offering a freebie, and it will be on my Buy Me a Coffee site, and you'll just put in, it'll ask you when you want to download it, it'll ask you, how much you're going to pay, and you can just put in $0, and that way you can get it for free. And so what do we do with these? Because you see it's just like little strips, and it doesn't really look like much, but what it is it's just cut out so that you can make hidden paper clips. So it's just a paper clip in here, and then it's just like a hidden paper clip that you can slide onto your pages in your journal, or you could also use them in your planners and in books and things that you're reading. So I'm going to cut these out, and then I'll be right back with you, and I'll show you how to make them. Okay, so I've gone ahead and cut the strips out, and I did get started, so I didn't finish this one, and I realized I need to show you all what I'm doing. Okay, so once you get your strips cut out, what you want to do is you want to be sure that you match up. So there's different sizes. As you can see, there's larger and smaller strips. So you want to match them up, and they're on the paper that way matched up. You've got the smaller strips to go with the smaller inside strip is going to go with the smaller outside strip. And this is going to make more sense when I show you what to do. So let's just start one. And also I've made these so that you can use your small paper clips or your large ones. So the smaller ones, you can use the small paper clips on, but the larger ones were made just for the jumbo paper clips. So to get started, we're just going to take one of the smaller strips that's supposed to be, and they're not decorated up as much because you're not going to see them anyway. They could have just been plain paper, but I just went ahead and matched them to each one so that you knew which one went with which. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the smaller strip of the two, and we're just going to fold it in half, just matching the bottom and top edges up. And I did just fussy cut these out with my scissors. I didn't worry about the paper trimmer. I'm sure you could use your paper trimmer, but I just used my scissors. Okay, and so then we're just going to take a paper clip, and since this is one of the larger ones, I'm going to take my jumbo paper clip, and this paper clip measures, I don't know if they all have the same sizing on them or what. These are really old from Office Max, but it's less than 2 inches. So I'm just going to take it, and I'm going to clip it over top of the little strip that we just folded in half, and you want to leave about that much hanging up at the top there. Hopefully you can see it. So you're going to take your second strip, and you're going to fold it in half. And I know I'm going kind of quick, but we'll do several of these together. So by the time I get done making these, you will be tired of seeing me make them, so you'll know exactly how to do this if you've never done this. Now, if you've made hidden paper clips, you'll know exactly how to do this, because this is just the same. all I've done is just designed them up on the paper so that you have designed papers and you really don't have to worry about measuring your paper. So you're going to take your X-Acto knife or your scissors, whatever you're using, and you want to just cut a slit in the center, and keep cut away from your fingers. I am scared to death of X-Acto knives anyway, but be sure to just do it gently. And this is I'm just using cardstock, so it is a thicker cardstock, but it cut easily. So you want to have a slit cut in the center of this one at the crease, right in the crease where we folded it. You're just cutting a little slit, and then that's going to be where the top of your paper clip will go through. And my paper clip just slipped, so let me get that back. So you just want to have a little bit poking out in the center. And that's where we're going to put just a little piece of ribbon on. Okay, so now all we have to do, this is a really simple project, is we just add glue to the top of our paper clip and the card that it's on, so it'll hold it shut. And I'm just using my Fabri-Tac. You could use hot glue. I haven't tried my Barely Art glue, but I feel like it would hold it. It may take a little longer to grab hold, I'm not sure. So you just want to make sure that's centered up when you fold it over and that your paper clip is poking out some. I'm just making sure it is out. I didn't get exactly center on that one, but that's no big deal. So just want to press it down, and then you just go to the back side, and you're going to do the exact same thing. Let me see if I can turn it where you can see. I'm just going to add glue to the top of this paper clip into this folded rectangle. And we're just adding it to the small one now. I'm just adding the glue to the small strip that's underneath there. I'm not gluing this whole entire piece shut. If I can get this glue to come out. My glue's not wanting to come out. And I do add glue over top of my paper clip just in hopes that it will hold everything in. I've got just a minute to work with it, so I'm just going to push that down. I had too much. So you just want to press everything down so that it grabs a hold good. And then I'm just going to ink around the edges, but first I'm just going to use my corner punch, and you don't have to do this. You can round your corners or you can leave them square, whichever you want to do. And then you could round the top one as well, or you can leave it square. But I should have rounded the top one before I glued it shut, so I'm not going to round it. I'm just going to leave it like that. So keep that in mind. If you want to round this one, it's best to do it before you get the paper clip in. And then I'm just going to ink the edges with some chocolate chip, but any brown that you have will look good on the edges of this paper. And these are just some designs that I really thought looked good for fall, so I really wanted to try it. I had a lot of fun making this kit. The only issue I have is my computer is very old, and so it likes to crash a lot. So it takes me a while to make a kit. So this is probably the last, this kit, the Christmas one and this fall one's probably the last two kits I'll make. That's the only two kits I'll have out in my shop this year. So then I can show you how it works. We're just going to, it just slides right over our paper. And there we have our little clip. And let me get a little ribbon to add to it. So I have some of this seam binding, crinkled seam binding that I got off of Etsy. And so I'm going to figure out which one I want to use with this one. And I'm just going to tie a little at the top. If I can just find the end of it. There we go. And so I'm just going to cut off just a little bitty piece. And then I'm just going to tie it at the top of this. You could put ribbon up here. You could even add like some little beads, you know, like hanging down. That would work too. I may have cut too big of a piece. I don't know. So you could do it like that. Or you can also, let me show you, just like you were doing a tag, if you leave enough space up here, you can double this up. This is so crinkled, I don't know if I can get it all through here, but oh goodness. You know when I get on camera, it's hard to get anything to work for you. But you can just slide it through this little hole here. Let me see if I can get it. My hands want to work today or not. I'm not sure. And then you can just overlap it like that, and then you can just have it, you know, sticking up if you wanted it that way. So either way, you can put it in. And then if I had it like that, I'm just going to trim it off a little. And you have it that way. Or you can tie, like I said, a little bow in it, or tie just a little knot in it. I think I liked it the other way better. But don't get hung up on that though. I'll show you how to make the rest in just a second. I just want to have this one completed. And I think I did like it better just tying this in the center. I think that looks better. Like it looks almost like a little bow. Okay, so that's cute. So you have that paper clip. So now let's go ahead and glue this one up that I started creating off camera. So I've done the same thing. What I've done is I'm putting my paper clip. Now let me show you with this one, because this is one of the smaller ones. You can use your smaller paper clips. So let me show you how that works. So if you only have smaller paper clips, so you would just slide your smaller paper clip over it, but note that it's not going to go all the way down to the bottom like the other one did. And it's okay. It still will work. But if you get much larger, I don't think it holds good. So you really want to be sure that you have a larger, clip for these. So then I'm just gonna show you right here, so maybe you can see. I'm just adding glue to just the top part of this rectangle, and just to the little bit of the paper clip. If your paper clip moves, that's fine. You can slide it right back. And then I've already cut my slit in the top of this folded over piece, and so then I can just press it. And so you're not going to have as much sticking up. Since you're using the smaller paper clip, you're not going to have as much sticking up, but that's okay too. You don't have to. And then just add glue to the back inside piece as well. Not really sure that I'm using the correct terminology, but trying to make sense with this. These are fairly simple to make. If you just try one, if watching it seems confusing, just try one, because it will work out if you follow these directions. And then I'm just going to chomp the corners of this one, and I'm going to ink it. And I think once again, I think the brown looks so good. But now this one, you make it ink with like an orange, but not a bright orange, like an orange that has some brown in it. I may try my pumpkin on one of these just to see, because I do have one that says pumpkin, and we'll see if that looks good. But let's just ink it up. And I think they look so good inked up. And then we could add another little ribbon or something in that one. But I'm going to show you how to make the rest before I keep adding ribbons. But I think this one would look really cool with it. And I can link this shop below. The name of the shop, it says on here, My Scrap Cabin Shop. And if you just search that on Etsy. And they came fairly quickly, and I got this whole bundle here of them. And they've been really nice. But I've just started using them. I just got them the other week. So here we go. There's two. And so let's do which one? I want to do this one. So once again, we take our inside strip and we just fold it over. And for this one, I'm going to go ahead and chomp all the corners so I can, I don't have to do that one. Then I'm going to fold this one over, and I'll chomp all the corners on this one. Some days I'm a little absent-minded, forget what I'm doing. So I'm going to chomp the corners on all of the outside one. The inside one, you don't have to worry about changing the corners at all, because it's going to be hidden. So we got that one fixed. So now, and see, it's still going to work inside there. You won't see it. So now we're just going to add our paper clip over top, like that. And then we're going to go in the center here, and we're going to be careful, and we're going to cut out the center. So let me put my knife right. I'm going to put my knife just a little over to the side, so when I cut it, it goes more towards the center. Then I'm just going to go back in over here. Just trying to be very careful with it. And you can keep checking, and if you don't have it wide enough, you can always go back and cut a little bit more. You don't want to cut too much, so let me make sure I got that. Thinking I didn't cut enough, so because I was trying to be careful and I was trying to get in the center and not cut it too wide. So I'm going to go back and just cut a little bit more. And so you can always do that. You can cut just a little bit more. Okay, and always be sure to put your cap back on. Don't leave that laying. You don't want to accidentally cut yourself. So then we're just going to, once again, same step, just adding the glue. I just always use my fabric tack, but I do think hot glue would work just as good. So then you're just going to slide this in. Make sure you got your paper clip as high up as you want it. And I think I do. I think that's as far as I need it. And then you're just going to press down. And then we'll flip it over and do the back side. And you can mass make a bunch of these because you could fold them all at once, and then you could add the paper clips and, you know, just do a little assembly line and make quite a few of these up. And I think these are nice. These make nice little gifts too to go in people's journals or for them to use in their planners. And I've made myself some before just for planners and just different little bookmarks and things. So then we just add some brown. Oh, I said I wanted to try the orange. I totally forgot. That's okay. Just do this one in brown. I do have some new sponges, so I can pull one out for the orange. And so there we have another paper clip. And let's see what the orange looks like. I'll just ink this paper right here with the orange and see what it looks like. Let me get one of my sponges. And here we go. And let's see, we could test it on test it on your inside piece first, because that way you can just see if you're going to even like it or not. I kind of do, but that was a really juicy stamp. Goodness. Let's just ink and see. Kind of puts a neat little border around it. It is brighter when it's showing up, but it does look good. And you could always go back and add some brown to that too, to kind of dull down the orange, but you still have the orange showing. I kind of like that. I like how that looks. So you can just play around with these and do different things to see what you like and don't like. So once again, we're just going to fold them in half, and then we just add our paper clip. And this is a smaller one. I could add my smaller paper clip, but I really like using my jumbo, so I'm going to use the jumbo since I have them. Like I said, if you don't have them, then just use your smaller ones. Because you want to try it out, then use what you have. And there may be other sizes. Just try it and see. If you had to, if your other sizes were just way too small or weren't working out with any of these, you could trim down the height of them so that your paper clips would work. But I know you may lose your little decoration. I'm going to close this up because that is so juicy. I will wind up having that all over my hands. So I'm going to leave this one square since I went ahead and inked it. So let's just cut room for our paper clip again. Let's see here. If your paper clip slides, you just hold on to it and press it up in there. Just a little fidgety sometimes, especially when my hands don't want to work. I have those days. I don't know if you have those days or not where your hands just do not want to work. I'm going to go ahead and cut all of these real quick so that I can just put that X-Acto blade up for good. So once again, all of them the same anyway. You're just going to cut in the center of your paper. Oops, I think I did that a little crooked. That's okay. It's no big deal. Once again, we got one more. We're just going to cut in the center. I think that will be big enough. And then we're just going to put this X-Acto blade up. Okay, and so then all we have to do, what we could do is go ahead and just get them all prepped and ready to go. So then we just fold this one over. And we put our paper clip on it. And then we can fold this one over and put our paper clip on it as well. So now before we ink them, let's decide, I think I want to round all the corners on this one. So I'm just going to round them, and I'm doing it with the smaller, I don't know what size that is, I'm sure it tells on here, but I'm just doing it with the smaller corner rounder. And then I'm going to do this one the same. So I'm just going to round all the corners on it, and I'm going to leave the other one because we've already inked it and I like how it looks. I wonder if there's enough orange left on this one to ink it with the orange, because there's an orange in the image, so I think it looks good. Because fall is for all these, I love all the fall colors, so I really enjoy playing with the oranges and the browns and the reds and all the yellows. Just fall is really my time of year and the colors that I love. I'm not going to put the orange on this one since it doesn't have anything orange on it, so I'm just going to use the brown. I just like to ink both sides. And if you wanted to decorate the other side, then, you know, you could, if you had like a little punch for fall leaves, or you could fussy cut some fall leaves from something that you have, you know, you could add that to the back of these if you wanted to decorate the backs. But I'm not decorating the backs of these, since typically I just see the fronts when it's in my journal, or my, you know, as you're using it to clip your page, you want the front to be on the page that you're working on, that you're clipped to. So now we're just going to add it to the center again. I always like to add it before I glue, just to make sure that everything is going to work. And I didn't do that one big enough, but I can stretch it with the paper clip. Okay, so that one's in, and then we'll just get this one in, and then we have them all ready to glue up. And so let's just glue them up real quick, and this is such a quick project. And I'm not sure if you can, the lighting, if you can see, my lighting has been moved. Let me see. That is awful bright. You're not able to see the print. I did not realize that when I was making these. Let me see if I can, there we go. Can you see that better? Can you see the print on them? That may make it some better. I have to have these lights just so I can see what I'm doing, but then sometimes it makes it too bright for you to see what I'm doing. There, let's get it down here so you can see those, so you can see those colors. They're not as faint as it looked in that lighting. Okay, so now let's just glue it up, and I'll pull these down too so you can see them maybe a little bit better. See if I can turn that light just a little so it's not shining directly on it. So there you go. I think you can see that better now. At least on my view where I'm looking on the camera, it looks better. It was just looking so bright. Hopefully it didn't mess up your view. It's hard to tell, because I know everybody's computer screens are different too, or whatever device, phone, whatever you're using to watch, it's going to be different. Okay, so I just glued one side, and then I'm going back and gluing the other. I know it's hard to see what I'm doing. So maybe I should take it back out this time so you can see it. So there's one more. So we have all of these. Lay them right there. So I think the lighting's better right there. You can actually see the colors. Okay, so I'll just take this one out again. Put my paper clip back down. Add some more of my Fabri-Tac on here. And don't hold off to make them just because you don't have Fabri-Tac either. Try your glue, because most glues that you use, it's paper, it's going to hold it. Because you're holding the two, you're sandwiching the paper clip between the paper. So that's the thing, is it's not going, it doesn't have to be able to hold metal. Since it's going to sandwich between the paper anyway, that's what's going to keep it. Paper clip got crooked. So then I'm just going to add the glue on the inside here. Press it down. There we go. We got one more to make, and then we can add, I can add ribbon to them later if I want to, or whatever when I add. Could add a little jute. I've done that before. I've tied a little jute on the top. You also can add a ball pin and you know, attach something to it, like a little leaf or something up there. So there's many options for these. I'm trying to get my glue out of my bottle. It's acting up today. Okay, so there we have it. It's all glued down. And let's just find this little card here, and let's just add them to the card so you can see them. So it just slides over like that. And then your paper clip is hidden inside. And I love hidden paper clips. I don't know what it is about them, but I love them. So I love making, oops, did I not glue this one? Oops, it didn't hold shut. Let me press that down. That's what you gotta make sure you press them down since you got these paper clips in here. If you don't, then it's not gonna stay shut. So we have another one here. I'm just putting them on index cards now. So this one. And then we have this one that's drying still. And we have a couple more. I'll just pull out index cards for them so you can see them on the, and here this is good. You can see the two different sizes side by side. So you can see the difference in size. So you got your smaller ones and your larger ones. And I really love the mushrooms, so I had to make 2 of those because I wanted 2 of the mushrooms. So that's why I made them 2 different sizes and they match. And then I like this one, so I made 2 of it as well. And then I've got 2 different ones there for you. So I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you learned a little something or that you have fun making these. Just be sure to go to the link below to them, put in $0 and you can download this kit for free. Not the kit, but you can download the project sheet for free to make these paper clips. And all you'll need is your own ribbon, your own paper clips, and your own glue. And you've got the little images and stuff so you're ready to just make some up. And then don't forget about my new kit, and you can go to my Etsy shop. I will link it below as well, and you can see this kit where I have it for sale. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.